So for this week's video, I wanted to take a look at the best Sparking Zero mods. So obviously something like this is going to be subjective. There's so many different mods in this game that do so many different things, and different people are going to value different mods for different reasons. But these are mods that I specifically have at the bottom of my mod loader because I have to turn them on and off constantly. These are the mods that I personally use the most out of anything else, except for the mods that I keep on all the time, which if people want, I can make a separate video on that. Like the Budokai Tenkaichi like art up top and stuff like that, like little things that I keep on all the time. But we can make a separate video for that again. But these are the mods that I could not play the game without. I use them all the time. They are literally, they save me so much work, and I've had to re-record videos specifically because these mods got released afterwards, and they just make things so much better. So the first mod that I use all the time, most of these you're gonna realize a common trend are stuff that I need for videos a lot. They just help make the game look nicer when I need it to. So the first thing we're gonna go over is the free roam and lock on and off toggle. Yes, that is the name of the mod. This mod is by Bex7. I had to specifically, well, I haven't re-recorded the video yet, but I basically trashed an entire video because this mod solved that issue that I was having, and it would just make the whole video look better. By pressing delete, you basically send the other character all the way down into the ground, and instead of getting that like effect where the screen darkens, you can just get a full like 3D camera in this game. So the CPU or whoever you're fighting isn't there anymore, and you can just roam around the map completely free. It changed everything, because before, when you lose lock on with somebody, the screen gets this like dark effect that I'll show off. There you go, you can see the effect. The screen gets this darker effect like this, and anytime you stop, you get like dialogue constantly. I had planned to just like up the brightness or something for the video, but I decided to trash the entire thing because it is just so much nicer to watch this when it's just like straight up a full 3D camera with absolutely no like drawbacks whatsoever. You can even like shoot like key blasts and stuff and actually curve them properly with like the camera, because you get like complete control over this stuff. Yeah, so this mod, when it came out, honestly, game changer. Like I said, I'm gonna re-record an entire video because of it. It made all the difference. Now the next mod is something that I might have accidentally showed off already, but I'm gonna use it with this mod as well, because it just makes things easier. So this is the map boundaries remover by Vigilance Mods. Like all of these mods, I think basically every mod I'm showing today, you don't want to use these online. You probably will get banned, especially this one. These are mods that I use just for the purpose of, you know, a lot of the times getting footage or like doing cool things. So the map boundary remover, as you might guess, if we go like towards the boundary over here, it just removes that wall that would normally stop you, and it lets you fully explore like every single map. Like as far as I know, there are no boundaries anymore. Like nothing that would stop you in any map will ever stop you again. You can go as far as you want, see anything off in the distance. You can go underwater, you can see how crazy some of the stuff down here gets. It's really cool. There's a lot to see. I do have an entire video that I'm gonna plan to go over all of this. That's actually the one that I had to re-record. But yeah, we're gonna go over every map at some point. This is very cool because there's a ton of fun stuff you can see outside the map. Especially here. Here in particular in Namek, there's lots of cool things. This next mod fixes something that irked me a lot, like in the actual gameplay. So this is the toggle fly no fly hotkey by Basic Noob. So something that always bothers me is there are walk-in animations in this game. You can see them in like the Tournament of Power and different maps that you're not allowed to fly in. However, when you're just doing basic gameplay on other maps, all the characters get this like float animation on the ground. and they can still fly, you know, they don't get the proper run. Well, this gives you a key. I believe it's E1, or it might be like left click or something on controller. No, that doesn't work. Okay, it is E+1 on keyboard though. It makes it so you can no longer fly, and it is just a toggle. You press that on, you can fly. Press it off, you cannot fly anymore. It is super cool, and it actually gives you that run animation for every character. This is the way that I think the game should have been. I think when you're on the ground, you should run. It shouldn't be that like quick little glide thing. And then, like, you know, when you're in the air, you could just fly normally. But the main reason I use this mod a lot, honestly, is just to get this animation. Because if I'm like doing something like this without the character in the free cam, why am I locked on to you down there still? Oh my god, why? I've never had it mess up like this. Let me get away from Yamcha. But if I get far enough away, I can do this, and I can actually get like cinematic angles and stuff, and I can run off into the distance, like out of the map boundaries. If anyone saw it's actually my most popular video. It's the turn in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero into a 3D platformer. These mods mix with the well, actually I used a different mod for the no fly back then, but this one is way more convenient. The combination of the no fly and the free cam and the I used the map boundary remover for the second part of that video. But yeah, the combination of those three mods are how I got the footage to actually make it. These mods are really helpful. They're all super easy to turn on and off. They are like my holy trinity of video mods. They let me do whatever I want in this game in a very easy, efficient way. These last two mods are something that I know only very specific people will care about, but we need to go on a CPU match to see it. I do a lot of CPU videos where I do like tournaments of different things. So I really like CPU battles. I've always had since, you know, Tenkaichi 3. These mods make CPU battles in those videos so much better. You can even see how much better with the last tournament I did compared to the other ones. They are so much better, like the One Piece versus Dragon Ball Z and I believe the Fusion tournament. Actually, I don't know if I had it on for the Fusion tournament, but I know for the One Piece versus Dragon Ball, I did have these mods and it made it way better. So the first mod here, we're in a battle between Yamcha and Gogeta. So one is a fusion character with 4 health bars and one has 3. Well, this is the equal health mod by, I believe, like Geom. It basically evens out the health of every character. So there's no more bullcrap with like fusions having 4 or like modded characters having too many health bars. It makes the health bars of every character in the game the same, as long as you're not like influencing it by like capsules and stuff. It is really, really nice, and it makes any characters have like a fair fight against each other, or like fair-ish. Again, probably not many people care about this unless you're like not playing online and you're like playing with other people with the mod. Then like, yeah, removing health bars and stuff is nice, but this is such a good mod for the CPU battles. So for the next mod, we need characters that have a lot of transformations. It'll just make it easier. Ignore Shadow the Hedgehog. I don't keep this mod installed all the time. I don't really think you can get a better battle for than Goku and Vegeta, to be honest. So we're just gonna let the CPU battle play out. Goku has way too much health, ignore that. That's because he has capsules and stuff on. This mod is the CPU transformation. It has a much bigger name than that, but I'll leave a link. It's by Basic Noob. So what this basically does is it allows you to set probability with different keys for whether or not the CPUs will transform during battle. It sounds so specific, but it is exactly what I wanted, because if you see the early tournament videos, these CPUs never transformed, like ever. They just don't. I don't know why the AI doesn't let them transform, but it never happens. It's so rare. But this mod lets you set different probability for whether or not they will do it. So it can be like medium, it can be high, or they can just be transforming all the time. I believe right now it's whatever the default is, which is probably medium. But if you've seen the early CPU tournaments I've done, it's very rare that they ever transform. I think like happen like once out of like the 6 matches or whatever. But in that One Piece and Dragon Ball video, they did it all the time. So if I do this, I'm gonna set the probability to high, which is, I believe, this. Yeah, I got the little click. So now they should transform very often. That is the hope. Yep, and then you see Goku immediately transform. Because right now the probability is set to high. I dropped my controller. This mod is amazing. I absolutely love this mod. It is perfect. It is like just what I needed for videos. Like the combination of this and like the free camera are like chef's kiss. They are exactly the mods I needed to make videos work a lot better. So I absolutely love them. And now Vegeta's getting in on it too. Like, these fights are so much better. And then, like I said, you can set it to a lower probability so they're not just popping off all the time. Like, it's Dragon Ball Z. You want the characters to transform. Like, it's just more hype. Also, this is kind of sad that, like, Vegeta is almost coming back when he had such a big disadvantage, but damn, he is not putting on a good show right now. He's going God, though. But yeah, the fights are just so much better. Like, this mod is just amazing. It's like probably my favorite mod. It's not the one I use the most, but like it is absolutely amazing. It's such good work. I really needed this mod and I'm glad it exists. Yeah, so those are the 5 mods that I use probably the most in the game. They're at the bottom of my mod loader because I know I'm always gonna need to find them.
How come Vegeta's not here?
Yeah, yes, Goku. Why do we always do this in menus? They make everything about the game just easier to record videos for, and it all just is so much better. Absolutely great mods. Again, I recommend all of these. Just don't use them online because that's cringe, that's bad, and you'll probably get banned.